Hi, have you ever been in the middle of preparing an urgent presentation and your computer crashes? What if you wanted your payments and had to email your account statement to your customer and your laptop just wouldn't boot? Have you lost business even once for you couldn't send a quotation before the deadline just because your computer systems wouldn't work? Many of us who use computers might have seen situations when our blood pressure surges, our sugar skyrockets, and our heart palpitates because our desktop or laptop has crashed. What if I have lost data? You might be willing to give 10,000 or even more just if someone could get your system and data up and running quickly. With FastUP, we will now demonstrate to you if we can help you or your company never get in a situation like this. Okay, now we create a directory by the name, let's say today's date 31/03/2012. Now I am creating a file in this, a new file, a new text document, let's say by the name of FastUP. Okay, can you see this? And now we will write something in that. Let's say hello world. Okay, now I'm going to save this file. Save, right? Then I'm closing the file. Can you see this? Alright, now I'm going to close this directory also. Now this directory I am going to take from my desktop, make a copy of this in my documents folder as well. Can you see this? I'm going to paste it here. Alright, so 31/3/2012 is a directory now in your my documents folder also over here and also on your desktop. Right? Now I am going to crash this system to demonstrate to you. Suppose if your data you have just created and your system crashes. What happens? I am going to try and crash the system by deleting some of the files in the root. Okay, I am deleting many system files which are there, and here I am pressing delete. Want to send this to recycle bin? Yes. It says it's a system file. Do you want to delete? I am saying yes to all. Alright. Now I am also going in Windows. I am selecting all files by Ctrl A and I am pressing the delete button. Now it says, are you sure you want to delete these 131 items? Obviously not all of them will delete, but I am pressing yes. So it is deleting a few files. And that's it. It says it cannot delete all the files. Now I'm going to close the Windows folder and I'm going to try and reboot the system to verify whether my system has crashed or not. I'm clicking on the restart button. There your system is shutting down. If it is truly crashed, it should not boot up again. Let's see what happens. Now focus on the top of the screen on the left. Let's see what is coming over there. NTLDR is missing, press Ctrl Alt Del to restart. So it is saying that if you press Ctrl Alt Del, it might restart. So let's see whether the system starts after pressing Ctrl Alt Del or not. I have pressed Ctrl Alt Del. Now it is again going through a reboot sequence. NTLDR is missing. Press Ctrl Alt Del to restart, which means that your system is crashed. Now what I am going to do is I am going to take this FastUP DVD and I am going to put it in the drive over here, in the DVD drive. Alright, close the DVD drive and going to reboot the system by pressing Ctrl Alt Del. Now let's see whether the system is going to work or not. Normally, in a situation when the computer crashes in a small business or professional or home environment, what is the normal course of action? Remember, a small business owner or a professional does not have many computers to depend upon. His one computer is not working, he cannot go to another system and work over there. What happens in that case is that on that crucial day, because you were unable to submit the quotation, you might lose that order. Or because you are not able to submit that account statement, your customer may not pay you. What does a small business owner in this case do? He normally makes a call to his service provider. Please, I have to submit this quotation today, otherwise I lose an order. Or I have to submit this account statement right now. If I do not email it, I don't get my money. Where do I get the money to pay you from? Your service provider is your friend. He understands your situation. Yes, sir, in 10 minutes, somebody will leave from here and will come to your place. Now that person traveling across the town to your premises, because your computer is not working, he travels to your premises. He takes about an hour to reach your place. But he tells you, after checking your system, he tells you, sorry sir, we'll need to reinstall your system. Now, you can virtually say goodbye to that order or the money that you needed today. In situations like this, you not only lose your time and data, you also lose your face. Your business reputation of being an expert and dependable takes a huge beating when something like this happens to you. And because of what? Because your computer is down and cannot be up and running when you want it. In all probabilities, if you wanted business from somebody, he's not going to give you business. And if it's an account statement that you are supposed to send, the customer gets another breather not to pay you. He might even, not want to do business with you, because he might feel you are ill-equipped. You couldn't even send a quote or an account statement on time. How the hell are you going to service them? Now, if FastUP is working and is able to deliver your system up and running, as well as is able to give you your data back within minutes, then you do not have to worry about whether your system is down and whether that engineer or the technician comes to your place, whether he takes 2 hours or whatever. Your system can be up and running within minutes. This, incidentally, is a 4-year-old laptop. Why I am not using a state-of-art equipment is because I want to show you that even with obsolete technology hardware, this system works well. And when we demonstrated, it was with Windows XP, but the system works very well even with Windows 7, and we can implement this for you. But let's see whether it works or not. It still says about 3 minutes pending. While it is taking time to do that, let me also answer a few questions. Now, some of you might say, what happens to my data which is existing within the system? Yes, when we do a FastUP, it's not only the file that we created right now, but also the file that was there before, or the files and directories that were there before. Even those are taken care of, and those will not go away from the system. Also, some of you might ask, what would happen in case the hard disk crashes? Now, we have a solution with FastUP. You can have an external hard drive connected, and your data can be periodically backed up on an external hard drive without you having to do anything. It can happen every hour, it can happen every 15 minutes, it depends on how fast you want it. So your data, even if you have a physical crash of your system, all you need to do is take this disk elsewhere, and you are up and running when it comes to your work. If you want your system to be FastUP, we will set it up in a way in which it cannot crash. If it crashes, you can bring it back within minutes, not hours, days or weeks of a crash. Let's see how much time is pending. It says 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 0 seconds remaining. Yes. Let's see what's happening. Yes, it asks me press enter to continue. I'm pressing enter. It is going to reboot. It threw out the disk. It is asking me to press enter. Now it says will now. Now you got to figure out, you got to actually focus on this screen to find out whether the system is really up and running. Let's see. Yes, So Windows XP screen, which was not coming before, is now coming on. Once system boots, I'll also show you whether the data that we had created is still there or not. Yes, so your Windows is starting up, which is what was not happening. It was saying NT-LDR, missing, press Ctrl-Alt-Del to reboot. So this is what is happening. Yes. Now you need to focus closely on the screen so that we can see whether the data is still there or not. The system has come up, but whether the data is still there or not. Yes. 31/3/2012. This is the folder we placed on the desktop and on My Documents folder. Let me click this. What's happening? Yes, it has a file called FastUP. Let me click. What does it say? It is saying hello world, exactly the way we last saved it as. I'm going to close this. Can you see? Yes. And I'm going to close this. So there you have this on the desktop. Now let's see whether it is also available in your My Documents. Let me find out. Yes. 31/3/2012. FastUP and hello world. This is exactly what Fortune Gressel's FastUP does for you. For more details, you can visit our website gressels.com, GRECELLS.com. Thank you so much.